Do you want to be irresistible? These key guidelines will transform you into the irresistible person you want to be. Welcome to Stoic Me Wise. Today we'll navigate together the greatest life-changing ideas on how to become irresistible. Exploring the Stoic philosophy, from its founder, the master, Zeno of Citium, which began around 300 BC in Athens, through Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, philosophers who collectively laid the foundational texts and teachings of Stoicism, exploring themes of logic, personal ethics, and the nature of the gods. Their influence persists in contemporary discussions on resilience, happiness, and the good life. Imagine walking into a room and all eyes shift towards you, not because of superficial charm or fleeting charisma, but because you emanate a profound sense of purpose and self-assurance. In this video we dive into how Stoic philosophy can unlock this irresistible influence in your life, making you irresistible. Ready to transform your presence? Let's uncover the Stoic secrets to become irresistible. Many of us have felt at times that, despite our hard work, dedication, and good intentions, our efforts seem to go unnoticed. This can be particularly challenging when it involves people we care about, like friends, family, or sentimental partners. Don't worry, you are not the only one who goes through this. It's not uncommon to feel underappreciated or overlooked by people we care about, and those situations can take a toll on our self-esteem and confidence. Stoic philosophy offers timeless wisdom that can help us navigate these feelings by focusing on ourselves, independent of external validation. Stoicism teaches that seeking approval from others is beyond our control and often leads to disappointment. In this discussion, we will explore how to apply Stoic principles to enhance our self-worth and become irresistible. By setting clear boundaries, maintaining our interests, having purpose, and not always being readily available, we encourage others to recognize and prioritize our presence in their lives. We will outline the key strategies to help you remain irresistible to those around you, transforming not only how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. As we dive into these strategies, remember to take notes and reflect on each point. We would like to advise you to watch this video completely, because to be able to gain its wisdom, each guideline must be learned and applied, and only all of them together produce the effective transformation you are looking for. Living by this Stoic philosophy is how you will stay at the top of someone's list and naturally attract the respect and recognition you deserve, by being simply irresistible. So grab a pen and a notebook, and without further ado, let's get to it. First guideline: demonstrating your intrinsic value. Why do some people naturally command attention and respect? Well, let's find out. First, demonstrating your intrinsic value is not about showing off. It's about realizing that you're one of a kind, and your presence genuinely adds something special to every situation, like a gem that's rare and precious. These ways you command attention and respect. Imagine this. We often don't think twice about things that are easy to come by, right? But stuff that's rare, or stuff we need to work a bit harder to get, now that we value way more, and we are willing to work for them. And that's how you want people to see you, as someone uniquely valuable, who commands respect, and who is irresistible, not just another face in the crowd. This whole idea boils down to living in such a way that you clearly respect and value yourself. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who we will quote in this video several times, emphasized the importance of self-mastery in revealing one's true value. He believed that the best indicator of a person's value lies in their ability to control their thoughts and actions in accordance with reason. As he famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote underscores the Stoic belief that our true worth is demonstrated through our ability to maintain composure and integrity, regardless of external circumstances. By focusing on what we can control, our responses and our emotions, we convey a strong, unshakable character that is inherently very attractive. Seneca, Lucius Annaeus. Seneca, often known simply as Seneca the Younger, was a Roman Stoic philosopher, statesman, and playwright. His works, including letters and essays, are rich sources of Stoic ethical theory and have been influential in the development of modern thought on ethics and morality. Seneca argued that virtue is the sole good and that our value as individuals stems from our virtuous actions. He taught that the pursuit of virtue leads to a life of contentment and influence. In his letters, he states, "Virtue is the lifeblood of friendship, and glory is the reward of virtue." To Seneca, demonstrating your intrinsic value is synonymous with living virtuously. When we act with kindness, justice, and wisdom, we not only fulfill our own potential, but also attract others by the example we set. Our virtuous actions speak louder than words, making us irresistible in the truest sense. He also emphasized how the way we spend our time reflects our self-worth. He said, "It's not that our lives are short, but that we waste a lot of time. By choosing not to spend your time on people who don't recognize your worth, you're making a strong statement that your time is indeed valuable and essentially recognizes your intrinsic value." Epictetus, a former slave who became a prominent Stoic philosopher, taught that philosophy is a way of life and not just a theoretical discipline. Focused on the significance of the intentions behind our actions, he believed that true value is demonstrated not through what we do, but by why we do it. Epictetus advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This powerful statement encourages us to live according to our values and let our lives be the proof of our worth. In the context of becoming irresistible, it suggests that authenticity in our intentions and consistency in our actions will naturally draw people to us. Epictetus was also big on the idea of self-reliance. He taught us that, while we can't control the world, we can control our reactions to it. In terms of relationships, this means not hanging on others' approval or validation, but finding that validation within yourself. When you are self-reliant and confident, people are more likely to recognize your value. So, what does all this mean for you? It's about living with dignity, self-respect, and confidence. It's about knowing your intrinsic value and being unafraid to show it in a grounded but assertive manner. When you respect yourself, set healthy boundaries, and pursue your goals with determination, you naturally draw the respect and attention of others. They won't just see you as another person, but as someone irresistible, and they will want to invest time in you. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus collectively emphasize that demonstrating your intrinsic value is about more than just surface-level attributes. It's about embodying virtue, mastering ourselves, and living with purposeful intentions. By adopting these Stoic principles, you not only enhance your appeal, but also cultivate a life of genuine fulfillment and respect. This approach not only makes you irresistible to others, but also brings you closer to achieving personal excellence. Write your self-discovery journey in a way that makes you proud. That way you will have a greater sense of fulfillment and will become an example of knowledge, perseverance, and purpose to those that you interact with. Let's move on. Second guideline, the value of your time and presence. Importance of prioritizing oneself without selfishness. This very important and wise guideline directs a person toward making others irresistible is the value of your time and presence. This knowledge tells us that our time and attention are precious gifts that should not be given to everyone carelessly, and that they are more like the rarest pearls. The Stoic teachings emphasize the importance of valuing oneself appropriately, not through arrogance, but through self-respect. Prioritizing your needs and aligning your actions with your values showcases your integrity and draws others to you. Marcus Aurelius profoundly understood the finite nature of time. He once noted, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This stark reminder serves to emphasize that every moment is precious and should not be squandered on trivial pursuits or in thankless situations. Instead, Aurelius advocates for a life lived with purpose and intention, one that respects the scarcity of time we all face. Marcus Aurelius also famously advised against acting as if one had 1,000 years to live. His remarks beseech us to value our time as the valuable resource that it is, and to acknowledge the transient character of our existence. You must demonstrate to the world that your presence is a luxury rather than a right, by being picky about how and with whom you spend this finite amount of money. Avoid being always available. Learn and manage how to be less available, because the more available you are, the higher the likelihood of being taken for granted. This doesn't mean you should only be available when it suits you, but prioritize yourself sending the message that you have a life beyond them, and that will make them value your presence more. Seneca, on the merit of self-prioritization, offers advice on the importance of placing oneself appropriately within one's list of priorities. This was also expressed by Seneca in the following thought: "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." His introspection shows us the value of exercising awareness in our time management. When you demonstrate your respect for your own time by refusing to be available all the time, you demonstrate the value you have for yourself. The philosopher Epictetus provides guidance on how to balance personal needs with the obligations we hold towards others. Freedom is not achieved by satisfying desire, but by eliminating it, he teaches. This perspective invites us to consider how our desires might conflict with our time and autonomy. By prioritizing our own growth and stability, we are better equipped to engage with and contribute to the world around us in meaningful ways. He also strongly advocated concentrating on what is under our direct control. He counseled us to spend our time doing things that improve and enhance who we are. When it comes to practicing time management, pursue interests that are meaningful to you and surround yourself with people who appreciate and honor your worth. Practically speaking, respecting your time entails declining some requests or invitations. It entails setting your priorities and timetable, as well as choosing carefully how to spend your time. This also means keeping others' needs in mind when weighing your own, so that you don't always end up at the bottom of your priority list. Respecting your time and presence is about realizing your value and exhibiting it by carefully choosing which commitments to accept. It's about making time for your pursuits and well-being, and about being present where it counts most, is a balancing act that makes us of value and irresistible. Walk this path with the dignified assurance of the wise, guided by Stoicism philosophy, and let the world see the esteem in which you hold your own time and presence. These Stoic teachings about the value of time and presence underscore a profound truth. To attract others effectively, we must first ensure that our own lives are in order. This is not an encouragement towards selfishness, but a call to responsible self-management. By internalizing and practicing these lessons, we enhance our lives and become the priority we want to be in our way to be irresistible. Third guideline: master the art of enchanting. To be able to master the art of enchanting, the Stoic philosophy teaches you that you have to initially focus in gaining self-control over emotions and intentions, because mastering your reactions will increase your influence and the way others evaluate you. That is how you develop an enchanting attraction that turns you into an irresistible one. This way you will embrace the Stoic secret to unshakable confidence, the principles of self-mastery and discipline that will enhance your confidence, making you more attractive and compelling in every interaction. Cultivate inner serenity and learn how to remain unperturbed and charming in difficult situations, maintaining calm in the face of adversity. This inner peace can make you a magnetic, irresistible force to others. Enchanting is based on emotions, and when it comes to emotions, empathy is the fundamental one to start this magnetic process. The art of enchanting, the enthralling process of becoming remembered, is like the first brushstroke on a blank canvas. With each brushstroke, you start to show yourself, your value, your emotions, your self-control. It's not about hiding your reality or hiding behind a curtain of darkness. Rather, it's about the delicate dance of disclosure, slowly exposing oneself like a story that opens one captivating chapter at a time, enchanting the listener. The ancient wisdom keepers, the Stoic philosophers, were masters of this skill. As a monarch in his own right, the great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his work, Meditations, cherished the virtue of temperance, which is the ability to share ideas calmly and deliberately, enabling each word to find the ideal place to land. He wasn't hiding who he was. Instead, he was extending an invitation to others to taste it and gradually discover its depth. By doing that, the intrigued audience slowly got enchanted by his speech. It's about bit by bit, letting your ideas permeate into the other person, slowly, creating anxiety for more of you. According to Seneca, in his well-known work, Moral Letters to Lucilius, true happiness is found in living in the moment without being burdened by worries about the future. He was basically indicating that you have to enjoy every conversation and don't feel pressured to share every detail of your past or your aspirations for the future. At least not at once, and not all on the same day. Allow these insights to unfold organically, enchanting and deepening the connections between you and the other person. Maintaining an elusive veneer or donning a mask of deception are not aspects of the art of enchanting. It's about realizing the story of your life has inherent worth. Be aware that every component of your story is valuable and should be presented with grace and care. Understand how to use timing and pause to keep the audience always enchanted and captivated. Developing this skill creates a pattern in human relationships that makes people remember you and want to know what happens next in your evolving story. Enjoy the unfolding moments of connection, revealing your future aspirations, past experiences, and deepest reflections slowly as your relationships deepen. On top of that, work on becoming a great listener. Realize that a great listener is also the greatest talker, and that is also very enchanting. Listening will trigger empathy with the other person. This is one of the most powerful tools to use when talking about you. Yes, listening, being silent, and being patient while listening. It's a very direct way to tell, silently to the other person, the wonderful essence of you, like kindness, respect, patience, and control, magnetic forces that will attract them to you. Another important aspect of becoming irresistible while exercising the art of enchanting, learned from the ageless Stoic wisdom, is the important lesson of making them fear losing you by developing a balanced way to emotionally distancing yourself. Stop sharing your feelings and confidences with them and begin to balance your time with other people as well. By doing this, you will make them feel like they're not as important to you as they believe. It's a very powerful technique, but it must be used with balance and caution. Don't distance yourself too much, or you might regret it. Use this technique wisely and in balance. Keep in mind that emotions rule the human world, so to become irresistible, developing an enchanting way of being is essential. Fourth guideline. Live authentically with purpose. The Stoic strategies for living a meaningful life. All right, let's examine the highly regarded guideline for making others see you as irresistible. Live authentically with purpose. This is a call to live fully in the moment and follow your own passions and dreams without the burdensome mask of other people's expectations, so your life is authentic and has a purpose. Living authentically with purpose, a key Stoic practice, can make you irresistibly engaging and respected by others. In our fast-paced, interconnected world, the pressures of societal expectations often dictate the path we take, influencing our choices and, inadvertently, our happiness. Stoic philosophy, with its timeless wisdom, offers a potent antidote to this pervasive issue. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from within, through the mastery of one's thoughts and emotions. Seneca highlighted the value of satisfaction with oneself. He thought that relationships with other people shouldn't be the only factor determining our level of happiness. If you want to be loved, love, he counseled. This wise advice implies that one must first develop love and contentment inside oneself before looking for affection and approval from others. By accomplishing this, you become a beacon of attention rather than someone who seeks it out. Marcus Aurelius, a staunch advocate of this philosophy, famously said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This insight is crucial for anyone struggling under the weight of external expectations. It implies that the key to personal freedom lies in our perception and response to outside influences, rather than the influences themselves. The Stoics propose that each individual has a unique nature and a personal diamond or spirit which guides their true path. To live authentically, one must identify and remain true to this inner voice, rather than conforming to societal molds. This process begins with introspection, regularly engaging in self-examination to understand one's deepest desires and values. He advised you to confine yourself to the present. You will achieve this by a mindful awareness and appreciation of the here and now, engaging fully with life as it happens, without the distraction of past regrets or future anxieties. Another timeless truth was also originally taught by Marcus Aurelius. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Think about this advice. It embodies what it means to live a true life. To forge a life that is both meaningful and true to one's identity, one must acknowledge and pursue their own desires and goals in order to live in peace with themselves. A magnetic fullness emanates from you when you are happy and fulfilled in your own existence. They see a self-sufficient, full, and determined person in you, and it is this inner calm that truly attracts them to you in an irresistible way. Epictetus also offers practical advice in this regard. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This directive encourages a life led by intention and will, crafted around one's aspirations and values, rather than those imposed by others. Following your passions can be daunting, especially when it challenges the conventional expectations of family, friends, or society at large. However, Seneca reminds us that it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. By daring to pursue what genuinely moves us, we not only enrich our own lives, but also become beacons of inspiration for others to do the same. In pursuing what truly matters to us, we manifest a life of purpose and joy. Set your eye on the prize, set your purpose, and you will irresistibly attract others by applying this philosophy. Epictetus emphasized the need to concentrate on that which is under our control, our deeds, our goals, and our reactions to life's ups and downs. He stated, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." To live truly, you must refuse to let other people's opinions or behavior determine how happy you are. Instead, it exhorts you to create a happy and fulfilling life for yourself. To live truly, immerse yourself in pursuits that make you happy, whether it's developing a passion, progressing in your work, or spending quality time with loved ones who make you feel better. In other words, understand your purpose in life and be perseverant. Establish personal objectives and make a determined effort to achieve them through perseverance. People naturally want to be a part of a rich and rewarding life that you have created for yourself. They will perceive you as someone who brings value and happiness, and we all want to be close to somebody like that. It is important to embrace the reality that while living authentically and with purpose, to be able to achieve our goals in life and to become irresistible, you have to develop Stoic resilience and turn obstacles into opportunities. This Stoic mindset of viewing challenges as opportunities, you will demonstrate strength and resilience, qualities that are highly attractive to others. In the pursuit of an authentic and purposeful life, embracing challenges as opportunities rather than setbacks is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, propelling you toward your goals and enhancing your appeal and influence in the eyes of others. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasizes the power of perspective. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This perspective encourages us to view every challenge as a stepping stone towards greater achievements. Instead of being discouraged by obstacles, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to use them as fuel to strengthen our resolve and advance our objectives. Seneca similarly highlights the benefits of confronting challenges head-on by transforming obstacles into stepping stones, stating, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This analogy not only speaks to the necessity of hardship for growth, but also suggests that our capacity to overcome difficulties defines our character and capability. By adopting this attitude, we develop resilience, a quality that makes us more competent and consequently more attractive to others. Resilience is not merely about enduring, it's about thriving through adversity. In the context of Stoicism, it involves a proactive engagement with life's challenges, transforming them into opportunities for personal and professional growth. This quality is inherently attractive because it demonstrates strength, adaptability, and the courage to persist against the odds. Moreover, resilience shows a profound level of self-control and wisdom, traits that naturally draw others towards you, enhancing your charisma and influence. But you may ask, why does resilience make you irresistible? Well, the ability to remain composed and purpose-driven during crises not only commands respect, but also inspires those around us. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exhibit confidence and the capacity to turn adversity into advantage. This allure is not just about superficial charm, but a deep-seated admiration for one's ability to navigate life's complexities with grace and determination. As we have said during this video, the Stoic philosophy teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. Our reactions, our emotions, and our actions are within our control. The opinions and expectations of others are not. By focusing on our internal responses and maintaining a commitment to our true selves, we diminish the impact of external pressures. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment, an essential practice for anyone seeking to live authentically. The importance of having a purpose in life and the value of resilience. With these Stoic practices, you are not merely choosing to disregard the weight of other people's expectations. You are choosing a journey toward living fully, passionately, and authentically, where each decision reflects your deepest values, truths, and purpose. Such a life is not only immensely satisfying, but also profoundly free and authentically. In brief, living authentically is being independent and deriving fulfillment from your pursuits and accomplishments. It's all about being happy with who you are and what you have, since it makes you more appealing to other people. You automatically become someone people want to prioritize and include in their circles when you live a happy, independent life. My dear friend, walk this path with grace and allow the genuineness of your life to be the melody that inspires others to join you in singing your authentically, purpose, and persevering way of living. Fifth guideline. The strength to move on, knowing when to step back. Well, honorable journeyer on the road of life, let us now consider this remarkable guideline for making yourself irresistible in other people's lives. The strength to move on, knowing when to step back. This idea represents the bravery of walking away from relationships or circumstances that don't honor or regard your true worth. It is a strong statement of self-worth and an essential step in maintaining your standing as the person other people prioritize. The idea of moving on or walking away from someone we care about can be frightening, but it's an important step. By showing that you're not afraid to walk away, you're sending the message that you won't accept anything less than you deserve. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be indifferent to trivial matters and to focus energy on what truly matters, enhancing our social influence. This allows you to conserve energy and focus on what truly matters. This doesn't mean being uncaring or dispassionate. Rather, it involves discerning the significant from the insignificant and dedicating your energies accordingly. By not sweating the small stuff, you free up mental space to engage deeply with life's true priorities. This focused approach not only enhances your personal efficiency, but also magnifies your appeal and influence in any group or situation. Marcus Aurelius highlighted the value of inner strength and self-respect. "You have power over your mind, not outside events," he said in his counseling. "When you acknowledge this, you'll find resilience." This lesson is very important and relevant to our conversation because it implies that the fortitude to disengage from detrimental circumstances stems from within. Keep in mind that no one can make you feel bad without your consent. This means that many can approach you with the intention of making you feel bad, but only if you accept what they are saying, only if you listen to their words, then you will feel affected. It is in your control to decide if pay attention or not to other people's opinions. It is an understanding that while you may not control how others treat you, you assuredly govern your responses. Seneca also wisely discussed the significance of maintaining your sense of self-worth and refusing to accept anything less than what you deserve. He said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." This suggests that, when it comes to relationships, the quality of your connections is significantly more important than their existence. Being by yourself is preferable to being in a group that saps your soul. 50 years of happiness are far more worth that 100 years of solitude. Stoicism emphasized the benefits of individual autonomy and accountability, highlighting the ability to leave unfriendly or counterproductive environments. In this perspective, reflect on the importance of realizing your value and insist on cultivating relationships that are respectful and wholesome. Keep in mind that by doing all these, the right person will naturally see you as irresistible and will try to keep you in their life. In real life, having the courage to end a relationship that doesn't value you means firmly establishing and upholding limits. It's about having the self-respect to walk away from a relationship when it becomes rude or one-sided, instead of staying and taking less than you deserve. Even if it's difficult, making this choice is a strong reinforcement of your value. So remember, knowing and expressing your worth is the key to being ready to leave. It's about not being afraid to walk away from circumstances that don't treat you with the dignity and respect you deserve. But also, don't expect that you will always be credited or recognized, and that people will always give you the value you deserve. Give time, and people will naturally start to notice you the way you deserve. Yes, it may not happen in one day, but with a little patience, you will see your value and attraction bloom, creating the magnetism of being irresistible. As we come to the end of our reflections for today, keep in mind that the courage and grace with which you uphold your principles and respect yourself define your worth, not how others see you. Remember that every action you take as you continue to put these lessons into practice is evidence of your dedication to leading a purposeful and honorable life. You are on the right path to improve your self-worth, and always keep in mind that creating your path is just as important as discovering it. Think back on our conversation and put these teachings into practice. Your life is a tale that deserves to be properly and artistically told. I appreciate you being here with us today. Continue to strengthen your inner self and value the distinct contributions you have made. Till next time, continue to live a mindful and present life. Subscribe for more insights on living a philosophically enriched life by Stoic Me Wise.